It's an honor for me because here at Ron Poe Stadium, we're actually talking to legendary head coach Ron Poe. And welcome back to McKinney, first of all.
Thank you, Bob.
You've had a wonderful day, haven't you?
It has been a great day. It has been a great day. They've done everything above and beyond what I expected.
Were you expecting to have the city actually name it Ron Poe Day today?
No, I did not. And he even read a proclamation from the governor. That surprised me. So it was great.
Well, you've seen a lot here in McKinney over the years. As a matter of fact, when this was grass, you actually mowed the grass here at Ron Poe Stadium.
I tell you what, I started off in the early 70s, and we had one little tractor that we mowed it with. I think it was a 30-something inch, and it broke down, a riding tractor, so I mowed it with my home mower, which is a stand-behind push 21-inch mower. So I put a lot of work on the field, yes.
You've also seen obviously the press box here that we're sitting in is tremendous. We've actually flipped sides a couple of times here at this stadium. Talk about the way this stadium has progressed over the years.
Well, for the years that when I first came here, this side, the east side, was the home side. And in 72, I believe it was, our superintendent at that time, who was Jack Fogg, and a great superintendent, decided to move the home stands on the other side, the west side, where the press box was. Well, the fans, after sitting in these stands on the east side, who has the metal underneath girding on it, they revolted. The superintendent told me at that time that's close as he ever come to getting fired. So we moved back over here the following year. So this was the home side. Even though the press box was on the other side, the home side was on the east side.
Your first year, 1971, first game actually September 10th of 71 against Duncanville. You won that game. Do you remember anything about that one?
No. I really don't. And when we played Duncanville back in those years, that was pretty well a win. We felt like that was a win. We played Duncanville. So scheduling is a part of your success. You got to know how to schedule also.
Now, you talked about coming over here during the luncheon today about Scott Johnson and what brought you to McKinney. Kind of repeat that for our crowd if you can.
Scott Johnson was the superintendent, the head coach at that time, and he'd called me the year before in 1969 to come over as his defensive coordinator. And I planned to do it, and the superintendent at Greenville called me in and didn't want me to leave. I think it was because my wife was his secretary at the time, but didn't want me to leave, and he offered me an administrative job there in McKinney, and I became the assistant principal, one of them at McKinney High School. And I don't know whether this was luck or bad. It was bad luck because the principal had a heart attack about midterm, and I became the principal of Greenville High School, and I was 26 years old and didn't know what I was doing, but I enjoyed it. Had a great bunch of teachers that got me through the year, and it was a successful year. And I enjoyed administration, but God didn't call me to that. He called me to be a coach. So Scott Johnson, luckily, called me back that year in 1970. So I still got that spot open if you want it. And I said, Scott, if you'll hang that phone up real slow, I'll be over there before it hits the hook. So I came over and never asked him how much salary, anything, said I'm coming, and came to McKinney in 1970 and served as under Scott Johnson 1 year as his defensive coordinator. He went into administration the following year. The school board named me the head coach.
Well, we can't leave without talking about the 1979 state championship team. What was special about that team?
Had a bunch of special players on that team and had some talent. The first year that we'd had a bunch of kids had come all the way through, and we trained, and, boy, they had good talent. And we started off the year ranked number 1 team in the state of Texas, and we lost 3 out of our first 5 games. We had 8 starters injured at one time, and it looked very dismal. We just got beat that 5th ball game, I believe, by Lancaster, who had never beaten us before. We're sitting on the bus, getting ready to get off, and Jamie Harris, a little wide receiver and defensive back who went on to fame at Texas Tech and played pro ball, come and put his arm around me on the bus, and I was dejected. He said, Coach, don't worry about it. We promised you a state championship. We will win it. Well, we went on and we didn't lose any more ball games until we won the state championship. So we got the kids healthy. That was the big thing. Our quarterback got healthy, and some of our receivers and linemen got healthy, and we made it all the way through and went to the Astrodome on December the 10th and was playing a Bay City team that had about 150 on their squad, and we had about 28 on our squad, I think. And their band was about 200, and our band was about 35, and it looked like a mismatch from the beginning, but Jamie Harris run 2 punts back for touchdowns against a team that haven't given up one all year long, and we scored another touchdown, beat them 20-something to 6. You know, it was a great year.
Talk about the '86 team. 20 years ago, they also made a dance to the state finals. Came up a little bit short, but talk about that team.
And again, you win big because you have good athletes, and we had some great athletes that year. Randy Simmons was one of the best running backs that the state of Texas had seen at that time, and did a tremendous job. And we had other players that were good. We had a good quarterback. We had good receivers, and we just made a good run at it. We were undefeated till the state championship game and got beat in the state championship game.
Obviously, people that are close to you know the situation that you're in. Your wife is struggling with health problems. Talk about that and how you've been blessed to have her in your life for so many years.
Betty and I have been married a little over 44 years now, and she has been the rock of my life. She's been the wind under my wings, and she's been fighting this last 3 months battle with cancer, and but it's going good, and she'll beat that. God's blessed us in so many ways, and our children and our ability to stay in McKinney, and He's blessed us again with a good marriage, and our love is strong for Him, and His love is strong for us, and we'll make it through.
Well, Coach, congratulations on this wonderful day. I know this will be a day you'll never forget.
It sure will. It's great.
You deserve every bit of it. Thanks a lot for coming on with us.
Thank you, Monty. I
appreciate it.
it.
All right, that's legendary head coach Ron Poe, 30 years here at McKinney.